Hey everyone, Brett Gurney, BrettGurney.com. Wanted to do a quick video here, what we call a supporting video for a blog post that I did. And I'm looking at my screen now. Let me just get this out of the way and let me blow this up. I can't see very well, so I've got to zoom in about 4 times on this thing. My eyes are getting pretty bad. Must be my young age. Blog post that we did in December. This kind of goes along with the blog creation series, but you know, we're getting now to where we've done a lot of posts. So I want to start doing some kind of individualized training with the post supporting videos. And this one is called, this was December 21st, Improving Communication Skills Will Improve Your Business. And I'm just going to get my mind kind of going a little bit, like I do a lot of times, to sort of break through and so that I can do this. I'll read a little bit of it and expand on it from there. Improving communication skills, I'm sure, is something we could all benefit from, and surely some more than others, like myself. It takes a little bit of work. Okay, and it goes on. I'm always on the lookout for good training material, and I wanted to share a few nuggets with you that I came across online earlier today regarding improving communication skills. This really caught my attention because it's an area I need all the help I can get. And it's true, I do. And it's not something that as far as eyeball to eyeball, face to face, my mind has a tendency to kind of lose its thoughts. And so when I'm improvising, if I'm not scripting, a lot of times I forget what what I want to say. The thoughts are in my head, but sometimes it's hard for me to get it out and relate to it. And so I need to use memory joggers, like reading the post a little bit and expanding from there, like I said. And in fact, it goes on to say, I wrote this, the thoughts are there just stuck, and I have trouble getting them unstuck unless I'm writing or pounding on a keyboard. When I'm writing, my thoughts can come out, but I'm also able to make notes and then rearrange things, and then the right words come to my mind, so I can write, and I can write a pretty good letter. But when it comes to improvising not a speech, but just a conversation, um, like I see some of these trainers online, and they're just going off, and just all the words are there, and it's smooth, and I'm in awe of that. Um, but maybe I can improve on myself a little bit. I'll keep trying. And it says, can anyone else relate to this? If called upon to share those stuck thoughts, improv, well, let's just say super glue has nothing on me. So when I saw the material, believe me, I was all ears. Okay, number one, I need to learn and understand my audience, who they are, why are they there, and what are they looking for. A lot of this has to do with listening first. When I'm having a and I learned this over time. I used to, when I was having calling leads or having a conversation, even with another networker or whatever, I always, for some reason, felt this need to control the conversation throughout. And if some thoughts came into my head, I would just start babbling before the thoughts left. But the problem is that I would end up babbling about stuff that the person I'm talking to has no interest in hearing. Maybe it's something that they already know, or it's something that they don't care about, or it's something that we've talked about before. Whatever the case, so I needed to learn how to address the conversation in a way where I'm telling the person the stuff that they're on the phone for, what they need to hear, and that begins with listening and asking questions first. Okay, and so I've learned a great deal about this, about how to sort of pick the other person's mind a little bit. Find out what their hot spots are. Find out what it is that they need to hear by asking questions, and then asking a question and then letting them answer, and just shutting up on my part and letting them talk. And I learned a great deal by doing that. Okay, so that I then knew what that person needed to hear, what I needed to say to that person, the conversation and what direction it should be going, instead of not off on some direction where, it just loses the whole thing. So it's a big point. Um, Let me get back to this paragraph. So maybe I pick up something that I forgot to mention. How can I help them? Is there a solution I can provide? How can I best connect with them and give them what they need or want to hear? I kept hearing how critical it was to connect with that audience. For example, if they want to know or hear about me, or about how to get more sales or customers, I can't be talking about perfect timing, how great the opportunity is, or what the compensation plan is. And again, this comes from um, listening first and finding out what it is that that person needs to know, needs to hear. We must all communicate in a way that will attract people to us. And again, a lot of that has to do with letting them have the floor, letting them have the conversation. So it's two-way. I don't want to be the one doing all the talking. I don't want to control the conversation. I want it to be a real conversation, back and forth. A two-way conversation. It has much more meaning to it when that's the case. It goes on to say here, not just a bunch of hype and here's my link, buy my stuff. Oh boy, we all know how bad that is. We must also learn to communicate in a way that will attract people to us. Talking about positive experience, testimonials, quotes, or something inspirational is something a lot of people can relate to and will be attracted to, not just a bunch of hype and here's my link, buy my stuff. How many, we see this so often. A lot of times people, they don't even care what the other person thinks or needs to hear or wants to learn or whatever. They just want to promote their deal. Here's my link, buy my stuff. Here's my link, join my deal. No concern as to what the other person's needs and wants are, their concerns, what they need help with. And that's a dead-end street, okay? That is not a communication that will attract a person to you. A communication that will attract a person to you is showing empathy and showing that you are concerned with what their wants and needs are, okay? A real conversation, a relationship building, two friends or two people becoming friends, getting to know each other, is going to take us a lot further than here's my link, buy my stuff. Number 2, practice. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm practicing. Okay, and that's why I'm starting to do so many videos, so many blog posts, because I need to practice. Okay, if I practice, maybe I'll get better. And it just goes on to say that nothing takes the place of practice. This is really for me when it comes to one-on-one type of communicating, because I'm horrible. So I work on it. Repetition. Practice that open liner, that presentation, that 30-second elevator speech. That's not something that I practice because it's not something that I do. I'm more concerned with developing relationships, finding out what another person's wants and needs are, and then helping them if I can, providing solutions. If there's a problem, find out if there's a problem. If there's a need, find out if there's a need. If there's a concern, find out what that concern is and then address it. Relationship building, attraction marketing. Practice being comfortable doing it and making the other person or people comfortable as well. Be impressionable, sincere, and pleasant, and know your stuff. That always helps. Know what you're talking about, your company, your business, your product. Get in some training, some mindset training, and some personal development and stuff like that. Something that I certainly need to do more of. That doesn't necessarily mean being an expert on the topic. Here we go. But it does mean knowing how to answer questions and how to direct people to the information that they need. It's okay not to have all the answers. But what you do need to do is know how to direct that person or where to go to get the answers. Hey, that's a great question. You know what? I don't know the answer because I'm still learning this stuff too. But you know what? I can get that answer. So let me get to work on that and I'll get right back with you and then follow up. Okay? That's part of communication, is the follow-up. huge part, probably the biggest part, is the follow-up. I was talking to a guy the other day on the phone. We were talking about a business that we were both mutually interested in. And he was telling me about a business that he was, another business that he was in, and that he was looking for somebody to partner up with. And how he was talking to a guy on the phone, and the guy said he would call him back, and he never called him back. So he went and found somebody else to partner up with. You know, follow-up's key. I mean, it's probably the biggest thing, because nothing happens on the first conversation. The first conversation is simply a matter of hellos and how do you do's and introductions. Okay, if you don't know the answers, but you do know, okay, I went through that. And learn how to invite. Know when, where, and how the events are, so you can invite your friends. You know, here's the thing. A lot of people, they feel like they need to know everything. They have to have all the answers. They have to be an expert before they can go out and start talking to people. That is not the case, okay, at all. In fact, for sometimes it's better to not know all the answers, because the other person will realize that, hey, I don't need to know all the answers. If I know where the answers are, I know how to invite people. And that's really what it's all about, is becoming a professional inviter. Okay, and knowing when the calls are, where the calls are, the webinars. You know, that you have people that can do 3 ways with you, and you know where to go on the website. Maybe have some documentation in a folder handy, so that when you get off the phone, you can shoot a person an email, say, hey, I just wanted to follow up with our conversation. You were asking about this and this and this. Here's some information that I just found. I just dug up. You know, check it out. And while you're looking at that, I'll go talk to my upline and get a better answer. So you don't need to be an expert. Okay, you just need to know where the information is, and you just need to learn how to invite people. And if you can do that, you'll be successful in this business. Okay, so that's my supporting video for the day. That's my practice for the day, or one of them. Looking forward to talking to you and seeing you on the next video. Thanks for your time today, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.